Hello and welcome. So my name is Jess and you can also find me on Instagram and on TikTok as Knit Plan Jess. Check the links down below in the description. So for my new viewers, welcome, and my returning viewers, welcome back. Today we are doing a wellness journal setup, and we're going to be talking about the word of the year, or the one little word. So as I've mentioned in other bullet journal setups, I am very new to the bullet journal, which is going to be like heavy usage in 2023. I've primarily been using structured, already pre-made planners, primarily the Happy Planner. And so if you kind of look back to my channel, that's what all of my videos are. In August of this year, I started using a traveler size Archer and Olive notebook for wellness journaling. Simple enough. It's just a very simple monthly setup, and then I just journal. Simple. Like, that's really it. I just write out whatever I'm feeling. And I decided I wanted to keep that up for 2023, so I decided to use this traveler size notebook from Audrey Okea. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, but yeah, you can, her shop down below, it'll be linked down below. She released these traveler notebooks. She also released A5s as well with a similar design. But the quote that she put on the front, "You are enough," like that sold me on this being my wellness journal. So I have it mapped out, and what we're going to be doing in this video is going to be a sped up and voiceover setup of my wellness journal, as I'm just kind of talking about my one little word, and I'm going to be talking about my intent to use this bullet journal, or this wellness journal, for the 2023 year, which leads me to my one little word is going to be intentional, because I want to be intentional about my goals, and I want to be intentional about having a healthy wellness and a healthy mental health, and this baby is going to help me meet those goals. So let's go ahead and talk about what we're going to be using in terms of supplies. So I have a ruler somewhere. I do not know where it is. Vinny may be laying on it on my bed, so I'll have to find that. I just have like a standard eraser and mechanical pencil. This mechanical pencil comes from Archer and Olive. It was actually part of their December sub box. I love it. This is like my new favorite pencil. We have some Tombow markers. I have N75 and number 620. These are going to be like the primary colors that I'm going to be using for the yearly theme, and probably for January as well. And then we have N65. This is what I'm actually going to be using to create the boxes. I have a Muji pen. Actually, we're going to be using the 0.38 Muji pen. I like to use this for if I decide to use a Tombow to write a header. I like to outline it with the Muji craft knife, because craft knife I primarily use to create the Dutch doors, but I'm going to keep it around just in case I need it. And then I have some Write-Tech fine liner pens in 01, 005, and 04. I don't know if I'm going to be using these, but I'm going to keep these as a just in case. We will be using stamps, and I'm going to be using another set of stamps as well, because I want to have, thinking about 2 different fonts. And I think that that's it. If I use anything else, I will I will introduce it, and I will try to remember to do links down below for links for everything that I will be using. But let's go ahead and jump into setting up my wellness journal. As I was setting up my wellness journal, I knew that I wanted to get a little bit more artsy and a little bit more creative, especially compared to my catch-all and my social media bujo. This is all part of my journey to really find my comfort and my confidence in setting up a bullet journal. So I decided to go with a plaid background and stamped headers. I absolutely love the look of it, and I am so pleased that I did. So I used two different stamp sets. This all uppercase one was used for the headers, and you'll actually see the other one come in later on. But I set up a year at a glance page, and I just used some calendars that I had purchased from Etsy. These were actually ones that I purchased, and I didn't even realize that it was a Monday Start Monthly, which I hate. However, I didn't want them to go to waste because that clear matte paper is expensive. So I just decided to use it for my wellness journal. And overall, I'm really glad that I did because I love the look of it. First up, we have my self-care ideas page. These are separated into categories for mind, body, and soul. I kept this pretty simple. I just wanted to be able to have boxes to be able to write in, list out any ideas of self-care ideas related to those three categories. I did the headers. Keeping with the plaid background behind my header, I also decided to bring in that purple and gray color into the headers for my three boxes below. I was about to use washi, but then I kind of decided that I wanted to keep this looking very imperfect. A lot of my journey with the Bujo is allowing myself to have pages that don't have to be perfect, which is one reason why you won't see me use my ruler a lot. So these two pages, we have my year in pixels on the right, and then I also have my morning and evening routines, so daily routines on the left. The routines are going to go along with the self-care ideas, and these are also going to be something that will help me be able to meet my wellness goals for the year. My Year in Pixels page is very similar to how I have it set up in my catch-all, even with the colors that I use depending on my mood. The only difference is that I kept the box very open-ended, and I'm just going to put a dot for each day. Now we come to my wellness goals. So this is built over a few pages, and I decided to go for a Dutch door style mainly because I want to be able to see those headers every single page, and I really love the Dutch door and I have so much fun with it. So when I created my wellness goals, the first page on the left is going to be my big yearly goals. In order to set my yearly wellness goals, I am imagining where I want myself to be at in 2024. And I'm essentially working backwards. What steps do I need to take in order to be able to reach that point of my life? Then the page on the right, the first one that starts the Dutch door is going to be my quarterly one review. And then the second and the third page, the second page on the left is my quarterly 2 review. The page on the right is going to be a first 6-month review. I'm expecting that this first notebook is going to last 6 months, and then a second notebook will be for the second 6 months. So the second notebook will include a similar goals overview and goals reflection, and I will be able to do a review of Q3 and Q4 in that notebook. These were just very simple, but it just allows me space to write down where I'm at in meeting my goals for mind, body, and soul, and then also reflect overall how I'm doing with my goals. Now we come to my word of the year page, or maybe you've heard of it as one little word. I believe this originated with Ali Edwards, but essentially you are picking a word that's going to help you define your year. I decided to pick the word intentional. Towards the end of the video, I'll talk more about why I chose this word, but the way that I created the pages is I wanted to give myself room to journal about why I chose it, and then also separate out how that word can affect my mind, body, and soul. So is it going to affect the goals? Is it going to affect my actions? This just gives me a space to be able to write about it. So what you may have noticed is that I have been making a few silly mistakes here and there. These mistakes are not intentional, but what is intentional is that I'm allowing myself to have this look imperfect because I am not a perfect human being and I want my journal to be as real as me. All right, so now we come to my routine day pages. These pages are going to allow me to write a breakdown of the kinds of tasks or self-care or just my focus of the day. So whether it is a work day or a non-work day, what does that look like? And then after I created these pages, I created a dream day. This is basically if I was to have my perfect day, what would my perfect day look like? Because this is going to be the type of day that is going to be a goal that I work towards. And I also decided to include a reflection page. So this way I can be able to reflect on what can I do to help me meet the goal of achieving a dream day. So now we come to my brain dump. Basically, I had a couple extra pages. I felt like I was missing something and maybe I needed to include a few pages for just notes. So, brain dump page that just gives me room to write. To go along with the brain dump page, I also decided to include a page that was similar to my brain dump, but it does not have a header. I will set a header when I decide how I'm going to use it, but this way I have a space to just basically use it however I need it. But now we come to my January monthly setup. Because I wanted this journal to be a little bit more artistic and creative than my catch-all and my social media, I knew that I needed to get creative with my monthly. So I decided to do a couple Polaroid pictures on top of a grid, kind of like a grid wall that you may hang pictures from. The right side, I intentionally used a ruler because I wanted to give it that perfect look. And then I decided on the left side, I wanted to do one that was imperfect because I wanted to see which one did I like better. I actually end up liking the imperfect better. And then to go along with the January, I used some stickers from the Happy Planner to say Happy New Year and then some fireworks because I just wanted to give it a little bit of decoration. My actual monthly recurring pages are very simple. So I like to have a page to be able to write down what tarot cards that I'm pulling because these tarot cards aid me in my journaling. And then I also have a random thoughts page. So if I have something that comes to mind that I want to put down to paper, this is where it goes. I love these pages. They allow me a lot of room to write, but I was also able to get my plaid background and stamp header to match the rest of the journal. And now we come to my weekly dashboard. So my actual journaling doesn't follow like your typical Bujo layout. I just basically write and the pages just come together just like that. So my weekly dashboard includes weekly trackers. It's going to include a week review page and then also a space for me to write down my goals to kind of serve as a reminder. So the trackers are basically going to be used to track my mood and energy following the same 1 through 5 as I'm using for my year in pixels. And then I have a habit tracker for tarot cards and for journaling. Overall, I really like how this page came together. All right, let's go back to my cover for 2023. I decided to go with the same theme as what I did for my January cover. So I have the Polaroid boxes, and then they are on top of the grid background. I did not use a ruler because this Bujo is meant to show the imperfect side of me, and I don't want this to be something that has to be perfect. So same colors, purple and gray, and I will just put in some stickers and stamp a Hello 2023 because I just want it to be simple and pretty. Overall, I am so pleased with how these pages turn out, and I really love the fact that I allowed myself the ability to get creative without worrying that maybe it wasn't going to work out. Now we're going to go to my word of the year page because I want to go ahead and kind of add in a little bit more color and do something more than just a page for journaling. So I decided to use some letter stickers from the Happy Planner. This is from their Bright Essentials sticker book. I also decided to put the definition underneath of the sticker word just because I want to be able to have that consistent reminder about why I chose the word. So intentional to me means that I am going to be finding ways to intentionally meet my mind, body, and soul wellness goals. Am I going to spend time scrolling Instagram, or am I going to spend that time doing activities that work towards those goals? Am I going to spend my time doing activities that are soul crushing, or am I going to spend my time doing activities that bring my soul joy? And with that, my wellness journal is ready for a final flip through. I want to give you guys a huge thank you for all your support over the past year and a half. I am so excited about upcoming content, especially with my bullet journals, and I really hope that you guys enjoy this one. So if you did, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, drop me a comment down below, let me know what you think. I hope to see you guys on my next video. Thank you so much and have a good day. Bye. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe and enjoy the next video.